There are
Oh,
lots
right.
of six.
Buddy.
There are lots of six drops that are bad on turn one.
There are lots of six drops that are bad on turn one. How about Abyshin Cephalid Emperor?
All right, that are actually vintage relevant, I think is what he meant. But
Well, then in that case,
there's,
I probably
there's
can't do it because if it's vintage relevant, it's probably powerful, right?
I don't.
Um,
None of it's something you like oath into, or I don't know, something situational
I mean,
maybe.
if you put oath into it, you'd want it in play immediately, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no.
you're right. Yeah.
If we're gonna say any six drop in the history of Magic, there's plenty that are overcosted and terrible.
Oh, of course.
Claw John. What's the one? Force of Nature. Isn't that a six drop? And it has cumulative green upkeep.
Force of Nature is 5, I thought. No.
No, it's 2 and 4 green, man. Come on, give it
Oh,
the old school.
4 green. Okay,
And you got to pay 4 green in your every upkeep, or you take 8 damage.
it's terrible.
So you would actually lose the trade if you had turn one Force of Nature. Good job, Matt. Force of Nature, GG.
All right, so we got Gottshall and
Keith.
Heath. Shops against.
Something. He has
He
a whole bunch
called
of
it.
creatures.
He
He called it
called it.
Brian Kelly deck, but
It's Human Storm. He built
I mean,
Human Storm.
but that's a Matt Murray deck. So it's
He doesn't understand. All right.
it's Gottshall. All right. So the best card against Storm is Trinisphere. Ah, we call this justice, boys and girls.
I mean, yeah. He's mulliganing to Oblivion. Or no, never mind. Okay.
Is this going to be a turn one Salvagers setting up Trinket Mage, and he's going to get
Yeah,
totally blown
yeah,
out
yeah,
on
yeah,
Trinisphere? Is that what's about to
yeah,
happen?
yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world though. He still has 4 power in play,
Oh no, he can
but
go Trinket Mage into Salvagers. That's better.
but
I would
but,
do
but
that.
Keith is gonna follow it up with lots of threats, which is gonna shut down the man plan part of it.
So if I go, I would go
Yeah, he
combo.
could Trick a Mage into Lotus, yeah, and then Lotus into Salvagers, and then have all of it on turn one,
Yeah,
right?
but Keith's definitely just going to jam down the Trinisphere.
Or
There's
yeah,
0% chance he doesn't do that.
well, yeah.
And then what does Gottschall's hand do? It puts down a Black Lotus every turn.
Son of Nihil Spellmon draws 1 card every turn.
Right, but um, Keith has Lodestone Golem Hangerback Walker. Like I'm pretty sure this just goes heavily in Keith's favor.
No, no, no. This favored the Keith, yeah, without
Well,
top
I mean,
draws.
he has a lot of Gottschall has a lot of pressure, but Keith just has the perfect answer in three ball corner pocket.
In one sphere effect, yeah. Any sphere effect would
No,
do it.
no, I mean
Other than
it would
Lodestone.
slow it down, but like he could play other spells. He could like generate value. But
I mean,
Trinisphere is just
he
instantly.
has the kill in hand. Like, how miserable must it to pass right now? And Keith be on shops, and Keith just drop with a
He,
Trinisphere, right?
he has double kill in hand because he has now spell bomb too. Like even if he
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
it,
His drills and his spell bomb, yeah.
yeah, and Keith's gonna be like, here, three ball corner pocket. Too bad it's not like a Roland Chang altar Trinisphere. That'd be the best. Roland's altars are sweet.
I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to have that on Cockatrice.
Figure it out. You
my
can just
my
change the
al-
color, man.
my altered cards on Cockatrice.
You could definitely put altars in. If Sam had altered the digital files, you can definitely change all the art. That's how Sam has the original
Yeah,
art for all the cards, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. I know. It's just a lot of effort.
I mean,
Or you have to find it
this,
done
this
already by someone else to put all the effort into it.
So yeah, Keith plays a Trinisphere. Gottschall gets salty. He's gonna hit Keith for 4. It's possible that he loses this mana crypt flipped. Let's see. He does for great justice.
Yeah,
Lightning bolt.
Brian. This
Lightning
is
bolt.
even. This would never even happen in the Super League. They can't even play salvagers. Comes 4 damage.
Yeah, but
Um,
now that's 16.
you return
Woo-hoo!
the Lotus, I guess, right? Do you return the Lotus? Does it even do anything? Or do you just play
Uh,
the Neo Spell Bomb?
I would just play Neil Spellbomb. There's no card that Matt can really hit here that would need Lotus for. Now Spellbomb gives us an extra card in our hand. Yeah, I don't like this. The Black Lotus return. I don't know why he's tapping mana. Oh, he brought it back
Oh,
and played
he's putting okay. He's no. Well, he's setting himself up with mana,
to,
for next turn.
to do what?
I mean, I don't know.
Trinisphere, Sam. Sam, it doesn't work that way. You have to pay for each iteration.
It costs 5 mana for each iteration. He only gets 3 back. So
For those who couldn't hear, Sam was just asking if it was lethal, and we're just reminding him Trinisphere affects each cast of Black Lotus. So Keith draws another Tangle Wire. He has second shop. If I'm Keith, I go Lodestone Golem and Hangerback Walker here. Hangerback on 1 and just grow it up. Lodestone Golem will hold the
yeah,
fort.
yeah, yeah.
Hangerback
But
will
then,
grow up.
then you can get a tank wire down next turn.
You could even double Tangle Wire. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know. I don't want. I mean, I don't like double tangle wiring because of Trinisphere getting tapped down. You can. So he
Well,
didn't play
no,
the hanger
'cause
back.
Oh, he didn't play Hangerback. I just like that. I definitely would have jammed Hangerback. If he
So
plays Hangerback, double Tangle Wire, and a
next
land,
turn,
he would
next
have
turn
had
is
more permanents than Trinisphere would have been a problem for. Like, he would have been fine.
on burial rights. Okay.
It's because he has Gifts Given in the deck. It's
Oh,
another.
does he? Okay.
Yeah, that's a Vasu Balakrishnan. He
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I
pioneered
remember the deck.
this
Yeah.
pile. So Gottshall like put 17 different decks together and came up with this.
I mean, they weren't far stretches from each other. So
The Tendrils kill is just not as clean as the Tassiger kill with Ancestral. Like it just adds extra cards into the deck. Like if you're gonna
well,
play that, you have to also play like Grand Abolisher and a whole bunch of other interesting cards.
yeah,
Strip
Tassiger is a lot better card than Tendrils,
strip
I
my
think.
drip for Keith.
But
If I'm Keith, I play Hanger back on 3. I strip out the island and attack with Lodestone Golem. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do here.
I don't know what he's doing. He's playing a hanger back at 3.
Yeah, because that way Gottshall can't attack into him. He can attack for 5.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
No, why
I
would
would
you? I mean, he can
like.
block. He can double block. But I guess he
Yeah,
takes out a salvagers.
I mean, he doesn't know that Gottshall plays on burial rights, so I guess that would not be the end of the world.
Strip mining the confluence of the island.
Island. He's got Lotus. He can recur, and Confluence is a win condition for us. I would definitely hit Island. We could also draw Wasteland. Keith
He's hitting
disagrees.
confluence. It stops the draw
No,
off of
he's
Nihil.
gonna snap off the draw. I guess it gets 2 perms for 1. I would definitely.
I mean, cycling into Lotus takes a lot of mana, so yeah, that's not a very efficient way to fix your mana versus just having confluence. He's already got mana crypt out as a clock, so
Yeah.
okay, he has ponder, so he can see some more cards here.
Yeah.
He can still keep recurring that Nihil spell bomb.
That takes a whole lot of work. I mean, he can do it, but that's like what 2, 5. That's 6 mana to draw 1 card.
It
That's
is,
a lot.
yeah,
I mean,
but it's better than
we're not gonna do nothing, but
it's better than sitting, yeah, and doing nothing, right? That's the value of salvagers sometimes. It's just being able to do something with your mana every turn. What he sees Mentor, Tinker, and Sapphire. What does he have as Tinker targets? Does he actually have a good one? Or he has no bot? I don't know if he has a bot in his deck.
I don't know. I didn't pull his list up because
He does have a Tassiger on this list.
I know that. So then why does he have the tendril? Like the tendrils just win more. Like it's a wasted slot.
He does not have a bot, so he can't tinker into a bot. I'm trying to see what his good tinker targets are.
I mean,
His jar.
He's gonna tinker away mana crypt, 100%. Like that needs to happen.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to see what he's even getting. He has Spellbomb is terrible. I mean, he has the other Spellbomb too. So he has like 7 different ways of killing after he assembles Salvager's combo. But
sure, but like that's assuming no spheres. Like
I mean,
knows,
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying what it is.
Right.
But
he can you in 12 different ways, but he needs to be able to not lose.
I agree.
Not get pushed off.
He can tinker into top and he can tinker into jar. Those are his 2 tinker targets.
I like top. He's gonna get jar. Yeah, he gets jar.
I mean, he has vault key, but I mean, obviously he doesn't have the other piece.
I would get top there, because he has to have a way to remove this stuff.
He gets 1 card. He gets basically draw 7, play 1 of those cards next turn.
Yeah.
Off of jar.
I mean, And he can play one of those cards, and like
Gets a land and a card off of it.
none of them are amazing. Like, and
And
he's not even
he's
gonna get that because
yeah.
Keith's gonna jam Tangle Wire on him. At least if I was Keith, I would definitely jam a Tangle
Right.
Wire.
Why would you tinker into EE? What does that kill? Hanger back?
And it makes three tokens. It makes three tokens. That's great.
And
It's a terrible one.
it sets it
It
up
says,
to
it says EE.
bounce it, but it gets
Brian,
back to your hand, I guess.
Brian, I love you, but tinker into EE there would not be very good.
I mean, you can get it back to your hand, I guess, to try and set it up for E at 3, but
I
I
mean,
don't know, it seems very slow.
he doesn't have time for that. There's so
Yeah.
much going on.
Well, another's legit in a Tangle Wear out.
Legits hit play. Tangle Wires hit play. He is not too legit to quit.
He's still not. Yeah, he's gonna pump the hanger
I would have
back.
definitely sent Lodestone in there. I would be happy to trade for Salvagers and put him on one permanent untapped. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't.
mean, you have to Tangle Wire down now. I mean,
Gottshall should have used Salvagers in response. There's no way he's gonna pop Jar here. There's no value there. I would have returned Lotus
he's
with.
doing it just to get a land at this point. I mean, you have to. I don't see how you can not pop Jar right here. You're
I
so
mean,
far behind.
the first problem is playing Jar. Is getting Jar. Right. I would have got top.
The first
But
problem is not having anything good to tinker into. You have
I mean,
like
top is fine. Top would have been fine there. Noxious Revival. Oh, it's for the gift pile. It's for the gift pile.
having
He's
Jar,
classic.
having
He can
having
cast. He can
having
cast
Jar
Tassiger.
is like
It's
your
actually hold on. He
Jar
can
is like
cast.
his only legitimate tinker target. So
Oh no, he can't even cast Tassiger because oh no, he has Underground Sea. Yeah, he can cast Tassiger, so he's definitely gonna do that. It's gonna cost him, um,
4 cards in his graveyard.
more than that. Is the Lodestone in play? It's gonna cost him 5 cards.
5 cards. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna leave Lotus and he's gonna leave Spellbomb probably.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no reason you don't need all the other ones. I mean, Mana Crypt would be nice to keep, but this is
Yeah,
only
he's
other
plenty
relevant one.
mana that's gonna go into his graveyard. He doesn't want to play Mana Crypt. He's too low. The Umazawa Jit's gonna hop on the Hangerback Walker next turn, I believe.
He gets a Jet and a Ruby in his graveyard too to start
Yeah,
eventually building up
that's
mana, but Tasigur is not really going to be enough to stop the attacks here, though. I don't think.
Brian. So yeah, he doesn't want to get rid of Trinisphere. You're right, but there's still a Lodestone in play. Like the problem is that there's just too many things that are stopping him, and EE wouldn't have fixed them. Top would just move out his draws and let him stall.
He
But
needs
Keith,
he needs to stabilize right now, not just win. He can't. He's way too far behind to try and win right now. You need to get You definitely need a stabilized position. I mean, if he had something to actually tinker into that was a robot. If he had a robot in his deck, this would be a very, very different game. I don't. I mean, I like Jar as a tinker target, but to have Jar and Vault Key and Spell
well,
Bombs seems
so
like a
like
lot.
the Volt
It's a,
Key's not good. It's
it shouldn't be in the deck. Yeah, I
right.
don't like the Vault Key. Yeah,
The problem.
The Jar is a great card, but I mean, Vault Key
He jammed gifts in. He
does nothing
jammed
in.
gifts into the deck, right? And because he jammed gifts in, that's why he's playing the Vault Key, right? Because he can make a lot of piles that win off of gifts.
Yeah, but you already have the Tasigur.
You're not wrong.
You already have the Tasigur Salvagers on
You're
Barrel
not,
Race combo.
I'm explaining why his
Yeah.
deck is this way. I don't like this design, but he has done. It works. Who's asking the question?
Yes.
He can pay one. He can pay 1 black and delve 6, or he can play 2 lands and delve 5. But yes,
Delve is basically
Delve
paying
pays
for
the
mana.
cost
Yeah.
instead of producing it. They eroded it with the reprinting of the mechanic in Cons or Dragons or whichever one it was. So you're able to, or not that it was in Cons of Tarkir, yeah. Not Future Sight. That's way too old. That was the original. That was the one.
Yeah,
Originally, it was in Future Sight, and the mechanic was you reduce the cost by 1, and so Trinisphere would affect it. But they eroded it with the printing. It was in Dragons of Tarkir, I think, and
Yeah.
that they eroded it to that you were paying the cost And so, since it is that way now, the errata says that Trinisphere doesn't apply because it still reads it as costing 6. Lodestone Golem will apply, so it'll cost 7, but he has to pay the 2. Keith's responding
To
with.
what? You can't
And
respond to. You
he
can't
can do.
respond to the
Oh,
draw
he's tapping his
discard.
hanger back. He's hanging. He's tapping his hanger back. He can do that.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, he could have.
He can do that. He needs to
He's
discard
had to
though.
pitch his hand.
Yeah, he'll get to it. Keith is brand new to Cockatrice, so he's learning all the ins and outs.
So he has to have one thing that he wants to keep untapped.
Um,
I'll probably do the workshop.
we definitely tap a workshop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or we'll tap a workshop so you can equip the jet still.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we equip the Jit and offer Lodestone for Tasigur. We can offer Hanger back. I changed that. I definitely offer Hanger back. Because when it dies, we're gonna get 4/1/1s.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be able to use the Jit to still kill Tasigur.
You get and you get 2 counters. And then you
So
can get more counters the next turn.
I like this. I think if I'm Keith, I play Mox. I would equip an attack first, and then figure out if I want the second wire or not. Because if he kills the hanger back, the second wire is a blowout.
If he doesn't kill the hanger back, it's still a blowout. Taps down everything that.
Well, so but it also taps down Keith's on the way back, right? Keith will tap down
Taps
6.
down 5 on the way back.
I think it's 6, right? Oh no, 5. You're right. 3 and
They
2.
both fade, yeah.
Yeah, 3 and 2.
I mean, which is not great, but it's not the end of the world. Tapping, killing an entire turn from Matt is pretty nice.
Yeah, and the factories won't matter as much.
And you already have your Jit equipped. Like if Matt
Right.
doesn't block here, I mean this is probably game over. Oh, it's definitely game over. He's at 10 life.
Yeah, he'd go to 6 and be under double wire for 7.
Yeah.
That's exactly
yeah,
how many.
yeah. If he doesn't block, it's game over. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's actually just game over, right?
It's probably game over anyway, but
Well, I'm saying he plays.
it's
He plays
100.
it.
It's 100% game over if he doesn't block.
I mean, it's 100% game over if he does block. It doesn't matter, right? He's gonna get 4/1/1s if he blocks. 4 and 5 is gnawing with the Jit, right? That's just lethal.
He has to requip, yeah. But yeah, you're right. I think it's because he taps down the workshop, Tangle Wire, Jit. Yeah.
And probably Trinisphere too. He doesn't need it because he can tap down Trinisphere because Gottshall will be underneath the wires and fully underneath.
I mean, that seems.
Because you're gonna kill him. The point is to make sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, it might matter.
He's blocking.
Yeah.
He gets killed the Tasigur. He has 1 counter still left in the Jit. He has lethal next turn. He's on top Tangle Wire.
I would definitely go tap shop play Tangle Wire here.
Yeah.
With the 4 tokens in play.
Do we even bother killing the Tasigur?
I would. Just because there's no reason. I don't see a reason not to.
Well, the reason not to is you get 2
but
more
2 damage is
from
not.
the Jit.
2 damage I don't think is relevant. I don't think that matters. I think not letting him have a 4/5 is more. Like I would always trade 1 counter for 1 permanent off my Jit unless it was lethal. Right, because right now as it stands,
he still has lethal by removing a counter. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has 11.
Right, and well, that's assuming he can re-equip. I don't think he's going to have the mana to do that, right? He's going to have 5.
Yeah, he'll have 2 factories. He can either
Yeah.
re-equip or he can animate.
Yeah, I mean re-equipping gets him more counters. I would re-equip.
But either way, he has 11 damage next turn after he removes a counter.
So Keith definitely removes. I approve. No, I would just jam Tangle Wire here.
Yeah.
It's possible he plays Emerald, but I would jam Wire. It's possible. Yeah, so now he's counting to see if he can kill him. He wants to make sure he can kill him. And I would play Wire. Come on, Keith.
Right.
Yeah, we did it. All right, Keith wins. So even though Gottshall has turn 1 Trinket Mage for Lotus, Salvagers go, he gets
and 2 kill cards in his hand. Yeah.
And both kill cards in his hand.
He's just playing a lot of kill cards and not a lot of ways to get there. His deck is filled with lots of kill, very little control.
So
Um,
the sideboarding. Do we have the deck lists up?
y- yeah, it's on the stream now. Um, so I mean, Matt has ridiculous numbers of singletons, so I don't know what he's taking out, but he's bringing in a rebuild, a Hercules, a Caracas maybe that gives him another mana source. He has the Tinkerbot in his sideboard.
All right. So let's see.
He has an EE in his sideboard. He's an Echoing Truth.
Oh, you put up JP's list. There we go. Okay. But yeah, you have JP and Matt Murray's list up, Sam. Can you switch that? Uh,
So Matt's two best cards in the sideboard are just Hercules and Rebuild and EE. So he has three like good cards, and then he has a bunch of like marginal ones that might upgrade some stuff. He can bring out. I mean, bringing in a robot after what just happened might be
oh
pertinent.
man, Matt Murray has such a competitive advantage. I don't think he actually saw the list, much of it anyway. Yeah, he says he missed it. Matt was definitely tell us if he didn't. He's super into competitive.
All right, Keith
What's this?
has
All right, Gottshall,
um,
Brian Kelly special. He's got Swings for the Steel Wind, which is definitely coming in. Engineering Explosives is coming in. Echoing Truth should come in. Hercule should come in. Rebuild should come in. Pith Needle has to come in as well. What are we boarding out? We are boarding out.
I mean, he's so many bad cards.
Well, I would
Um,
board out all four Gataxian probes.
oh,
That seems
all right, we're gone. We're
now.
he flipped us to
Keith,
the other deck. All right, we have three Tormod scripts
Keith,
in.
Keith
That's
like
probably
brings
this is
in
best
Tormod
cards.
scripts. He would probably bring in Crucible. He saw a whole lot of non-basics. I would bring in Crucible under those circumstances. I would also consider
All right,
Duplicant.
back to Matt.
All right, back to
What
Matt.
are you doing to us? What are
It's no problem. We're switching with Nile Spellbomb is gonna go out for Gottshall. He leaves Pyrite in.
you?
I would probably board out Tendrils. I think that
All right.
it's not a realistic way to win versus
Random
Storm.
Polisher gone, definitely.
Yes.
Thief
Tax
gone.
is gone.
Magus the Feature definitely gone. Salvager maybe gone.
No, he has
Maybe.
to leave him in. He
Okay.
can only win through
All
or
right.
like
All
Vault
right.
here salvage, right?
So Magus Thief Abolisher definitely.
I
There's
would board out
three
the
automatics.
Gataxian probe. Seems terrible.
Repeal is not very good.
No, he needs repeal.
I think Probe is fine on the play. On the play, Probe is fine.
No, you don't want to ever draw that card. Gataxian
Cycles.
probe, Gataxian probe is terrible against shops. It's like preordain. You don't want preordain against shops. It's terrible. You don't want to tap out on your turn to draw a card. No.
I don't know. I like it, and you know, at least when I'm playing Dredge, when I have Gataxian Probe to see my opponent's hand. But
That's different because in Dredge, a draw step is a 6-card swing. Like that's a totally different can of worms. I'm talking, and I still wouldn't want to keep that against
I mean,
shops, right?
He's still a combo deck. He wants to see what's going on, and he wants to plan out his line. Being able to plan out your line is very important. And that's what Probe does. But I mean, if you have good cards in your sideboard, yes, you could take it out. But I don't think he has enough.
I mean, he has like 6 or 7 cards to come in. I would board it out.
All right. I mean, Keith
Here
has
we go.
turn one
Yep.
load zone, turn two load zone.
I mean, he's not gonna walk here. He just wastes his time walk, and he's gonna get this like. Well, the lowest ones are gonna get Hercules at some point.
Ancestral. He has lots of mana. At least until he gets wastelanded.
Well, he needled the wasteland, right? So that's not gonna happen.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
So Gottshall rips 3 lands off the top. Savage.
He has a.
He's gonna play land.
He can't dig yet. He has
Yeah,
not enough mana.
I'll go Island Go. Play it safe. No reason to expose the Tundra, even though you've named Wasteland.
You name Wasteland. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I mean, he could have Ghost Quarter, or he could have something like You
So
never
if he
know
has-
when double white could
If he has
matter.
Ghost Cord, you want to hide your basic, right? You want to pretend that you don't have the basic in your hand or in play, right? If you only have a couple, if you only have one or two basics.
Normally, you board in an off color, your off color basic a lot of times for a shop, especially as a control deck. So Keith's gonna have turn 1 Lodestone and Thorn. It's gonna get Hercules back to his hand before he gets to connect with it, and then he's gonna do it again the next turn with Ancient Tomb. He's gonna have double Lodestone on the.
He's Thorn and Lodestone right now.
Correct, but the next turn he's gonna have
Yeah.
double Lodestone.
Double Lodestone and Thorn.
Right.
Next
So
turn.
no,
Yes.
because Gottshall's gonna Hercules in response,
Seven.
right?
Okay, yeah, he only has 8 mana next turn. Yeah.
Right. Well, Gottshall is gonna Hercules him, and then he's gonna make 8 mana and drop double lodestone on him, and that should be game unless Gottshall draws something amazing off this dig through time. But I don't like leading with the lodestone, Keith. Why didn't you play Thorn? That's really weird.
Oh, he couldn't cast the
Mox
Thorn.
and Thorn? That's really weird.
Oh yeah, he could have played the Mox and then played the Thorn. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't. That's really weird. I have to ask Keith about that. That seems.
All
That
right.
seems.
Well, now he's set up. He's gonna eat one shot from this lodestone, and then he's gonna get an end of the turn Hercules on him.
Yeah, but that's gonna give Gottshall a window to cast this dig through time.
No, I mean, I'm just
I'm like,
yeah.
I would end step Hercules. I would end step dig through time because you're gonna be able to Hercules the next turn. Like, there's no rush.
Um, I don't know. I like Herculesing.
I mean, the thing is, we
It
don't have
sets
we
up
don't have a
sets
win
up
yet.
sets up your next turn.
Sure, but we need to have our win first. Dig gets us to what we're gonna do, and then we can Hercules and win.
But the Hercules costs 5, right?
Sure, we have like 12 mana. Like, that's not a problem. We're gonna be hard. What happened? Yeah, we're passing. We're gonna play Thorn with one floating. We're gonna attack for 5.
Even exile. Can we even cast the dig? It's gonna cost 9. Even exiling or 2 cards, all the spheres. It would be. I have no idea what Keith's doing.
Yeah, I don't.
He only played one lodestone. He only played Thorn that turn. What's happening?
I'm so confused by Keith's lines.
Why is he holding cards back? What is he
Uh,
playing around?
there's nothing that makes sense to me.
Is he playing around
Seren-
like
Serenity's the only card that I can.
that blows out Matt just
You're not
badly?
wrong, Lance. I'm just trying to think, right? Like, what are the cards you could possibly be playing around? I've got Serenity. That's about it.
Anything that nukes the board for artifacts hurts both players pretty badly right now. I mean, I guess it would completely kill him, but you're really just letting him just sit there and play lands for turn after turn after turn.
Yeah, I don't. I definitely would have played the Thorn originally, and I don't. Why would why?
Why did we hold back a lodestone? That made no sense.
I mean,
Oh gosh.
Gottschall's definitely going to end step Hercules
Oh
us.
well, now he has to. I mean, he doesn't even have a choice at this point. There's lethal on the board.
Does he rebuild? No, right? I would consider rebuilding because I want to be
Because
able
later
to.
on it might be worse. Yeah, when he has wasteland.
I want to be able to relay my needle. Yeah, I don't like Hercules here.
Yeah, rebuild is probably better. But maybe he wants a cycle. Do you
Maybe.
cycle right now?
I no, because you have to cast rebuild later. Like, Keith's gonna double lodestone again, and you're at 10.
All right. So now you have rebuild and
So Keith discards Thorn here. No, lodestone. He discards lodestone.
they skipped the discard apparently.
Hold on, I have to stop him. Yeah. Gottshall and Ladle Land already. He can cast Dig. He can cast Intuition. He already blew his Time Walk and Ancestral. His Intuition pile is Tassiger, Unburial Rites, and Salvagers.
He needs
Like,
Lotus.
yeah, that doesn't work. So what's his gifts pile or his intuition pile? His intuition pile is Lotus, Salvagers, Unburial Rites. That seems right.
Yeah.
I would give him.
Then you don't have a kill with the salvagers. You need something. I think you always need something when you intuition in this deck. It doesn't seem like there is a definitive 3 cards you can get. You can get Yawgmoth's Will.
Well, he got the 3 I said.
Noxious. Okay.
I would got
That's what you said. Okay.
I probably would have got Tinker, Yawgmoth's Will, and another good card. I don't.
We'll see how it works.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Keith, I give him Unburial Rites and have a party. He can't even cast it for value because he won't be able to use the Salvagers afterwards. He already made his land drop.
That's 5 mana. He can't cast it.
He can. He can. He's got Academy. He's got 6 mana.
Oh, right. Okay.
He can cast it with 1 floating, and that means he won't be able to land Salvagers. And then what's going to happen is he's going to build Keith, and he's going to win. Actually, yeah. Well, does he have a way to draw a card? Oh, he's addicted time. Yeah. If I'm Keith, there's no line that I win without giving. Yeah, that's wrong. He's dead right now. To if Gottshall hits anything, Keith's dead to this
Oh,
because he's
hits
gonna.
anything off the top of the deck? You mean?
He has seven dig. He has seven cards from
Oh
dig and
yeah,
a cycle
yeah.
free, right? And so these two go to the graveyard. He's gonna flash back Unburial. He's gonna play Lotus,
Three,
make four blue.
4, 5.
He makes four blue off Academy. He makes triple white off Lotus.
4. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. He gets back to yeah. He goes
The
infinite. Okay.
flashback only costs four, right? So he's gonna have what? He's gonna have four floating, make
What's he
infinite
even?
mana, and then
Oh,
he
you
can
definitely
dig.
don't give him the Lotus.
Yeah, no, you should have given him the card I said, Unburial Rights.
Yeah,
He would
yeah.
only have white
That
floating.
taps out. Yeah, that. Well, it doesn't really actually matter because he's not infinite. But I mean, he would. Yeah, it doesn't.
Well, no, he wouldn't have had any mana. He would have only had one floating, so he couldn't have started the chain.
No, because he can tap Tolarian for 4 and then just one more
He doesn't
mana.
have that. He doesn't have
Just the
Lotus if you give him
Confluence.
Unburial Rights, Lance. If you give him Unburial Rights, the Lotus is in the graveyard. He only has five mana without Lotus. He gets three.
He's 7 mana without Lotus. Without yeah. Oh no, he has 6 mana without Lotus. Okay.
No, he had five because they were tapped to cast Intuition. He only had five.
There's Tolarian, there's Tundra, there's Confluence, there's Cavern.
The Tundra was up.
Yeah.
I thought the Tundra was down.
The Tundra's down now because he used it to get back the Lotus, but it was down. It was
Alright.
up before.
Okay, well, he didn't need to do that because he had mana floating, but okay. Yeah, Keith played that game very strangely. I really don't like not
I
playing
mean,
turn
not
one.
playing the it
And
ended
then
up
from
not mattering. I don't think because
oh, definitely.
he drew Hercules and rebuild, but
He would have
um
if Gottschall had played them earlier. If Keith had forced him to play them earlier, he would have done much better.
yeah,
The
no, definitely.
the combination of Academy and the bounce spells is what won that for Matt Gottschall. But I definitely don't like the way Keith played game two. I think he made a bunch of errors that
So
gave.
do you make any changes now that you know we I mean we can see the deck list, but do they make any changes now that they see I mean
There's
Keith
nothing, there's
if
nothing,
Keith didn't bring in the Tormod script before, now he's definitely bringing in the Tormod script.
Keith definitely brought it in before. I mean, he saw multiple cards.
What is he taking out 2 equipments and
What would I would take out Hangerback Walker. That card's terrible against not the mirror. I would take out
what is
sort
it?
of sort of
That's all
Fire
you need,
Knight.
right? Or you're bringing in Crucibles. So you're taking out hanger backs and equipments for Crucibles and Tormod scripts.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Do,
I
do,
would also consider I
okay.
would consider Duplicate for like not losing the game. Like
Or
Triskelion is pretty weak.
okay.
I
Would you
would I would
consider which Baneworm to stop the
that
Hercules you just
I
saw? You don't
uh,
actually know how many copies he has, so
it also stops tendrils, which is important to note. But
yeah.
I'm not. No, I think Gifts target a player or target an opponent?
Yes.
So it's not Gifts. He hasn't seen that, but it's possible. Like once you see Unburial Rights and Noxus Revival, which he did see, it starts making you think that he probably has Gifts in his deck. I would consider.
Intuition also targets.
Yeah,
So
I
you
would.
have it
I would
shuts
bring
off a
Witchbane.
number. Yeah, it shuts off a number of his
I don't.
cards.
I don't like Triskelion against Salvagers. Like you can put Ravager counters onto Triskelion, but I and then that would kill the Salvagers. But I'd rather just stop the cards that beat me instead of having to have two cards. So I would probably put out three Trikes, the two equipments, and the other card I said that I lost now. I can't remember. All right, let's see where we are. What do we have coming in? Keith did bring in the Witchbane Orb. He heard us.
It's equipment, hanger backs, and I guess a couple trikes.
Gottshall 7's interesting. It doesn't have a way to do anything. He can cast a Twister, assuming no resistance, on his second turn.
That's atrocious.
He can cast a Hercules through one sphere, and he's got
no.
Needle. Like, I don't like that hand.
I don't know how you don't ship that.
So he can Needle Wasteland, but as we can see, he would get crushed. He's going to keep this. He's going to get punished for it.
I mean, you have to
He's going to go. He's going to go Ancient Tomb Sphere of Resistance. Gottschall's going to go Cavern of Souls Mox Sapphire.
I mean, 2 spheres and Matt is in a very, very.
Oh man, no, Keith
very, very painful spot.
This is going to be brutal. Keith's going to Revoker the.
He's going to Revoker the Mox, yeah.
and then he's gonna strip out one of the caverns.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, he's gonna be locked under. Um, Keith's clock is kind of slow, so Matt might have a chance to draw out of this if he gets lucky. But he needs some nice top decks here.
he's gonna need to draw two mana sources or uh, two mana, including a blue mana, because that's the worst mocks for Gottshall to expose to the
I mean,
Revoker
I mean
because he's gonna turn off.
Once he Hercules, he
He
does
can't.
have something. He gets set.
Lance,
It sets him
Lance,
up into a twister.
Lance. He can't cast Hercules because that's the mock Sapphire, and he's got no blue
No,
source.
no, I understand. I'm just saying once he
He's got to
gets
find a
mana,
blue source.
yeah,
It
he
cuts his
needs.
outs down to specifically blue sources.
He's getting locked down. But he's only
Oh, the
under
shop
three
draw.
damage.
The shop
He's only under 3 damage a turn. So
that shop draw is brutal here.
the
He's
Witchbane Orb, I guess, is gonna shut off the Hercules though.
well, when he gets to it, if I'm Keith, I don't play that yet. I just go shop Revoker, name your Sapphire, pass. I wouldn't use my Ancient Tomb, and I wouldn't play Strip Mine. I would just play the shop. I just go shop Revoker, go. Next turn
Yeah.
we can play Ravager and we can play Strip Mine.
So he's thinking about playing the
The,
Strip this
the only
turn or
thing he
something.
can
I
think of,
guess
no,
is what he was.
he was thinking of Witchbane Orb, I believe, but I think cutting off the mana sources is correct.
He's just gonna float the blue for no reason. Can't do anything
He's
with it.
gotta bluff it. Like he could have Force of Will, right? Like let your Evoker resolve, and then I have Force of Will for your next spell. Like there's no reason not to float it. You know, it's like when someone takes your Mox with Dak Fade, you definitely tap it.
I
Like,
mean, they could just go to the second main, but
but yeah, but so if you tap it with Dak, they don't have the ability to use it with Dak Fade, right? Like if you don't tap it, they get it and can use it.
oh yeah, yeah. If it's deck fade in, this is just Revoker though.
Right, but there's no reason to not. Again, there's no reason to not float it, even though it's irrelevant. You have to try to bluff your opponent into thinking that you have cards, even if you don't have them. All right, so Gottshall's going to go Cavern and probably play Needle. If I'm him, I name Wasteland. He's going to get blown out by Strip Mine.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that your opponent can just go to the second main, so it just clears it. I mean, obviously they have to do that, but
You have to bluff cards, right? Like, it's very important to tell a story when you play to make sure your opponent respects that story. This is going to name Wasteland. He's going to get blown out by Strip Mine. Next turn's going to have a Ravager, unless Keith draws something godly. I would go strip Ravager. It would be very difficult to have me not do that. What could we draw? What would make us not do that?
what I don't like is Noxious Revival. I mean, a lot of these top deck tutors, and I consider Noxious Revival a top deck tutor. A lot of these top deck tutors have just been so
Sure.
bad lately.
I mean, it tutors your graveyard, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's on par with like a Vampiric. It's like a late game Vampiric.
I think it's a little bit more restricted. Yeah, well, late game it's like a vampire because you've gone
Yeah,
through
yeah,
early.
yeah.
It's
But yeah, at the beginning of the game, it's bad. But
and
I
honestly, I
mean,
think Noctis Revival has to be paired with Snapcaster Mage, like numbers of Snapcaster Mage.
everything that generates that card disadvantage now is just not as good.
Right.
Ever since we got stuff like Dak Faden that can, make your
Well,
card quality amazing.
sure. I mean, I think Noctis Revival is really good with Dak Faden in certain like when you did what you did to me when we played with Noctis Revival made me respect that card so much. I so for those who don't know, while we're passing time here and waiting for Keith to go, Lance and I played in the tournament, and I was playing keeper with Remora, or I was playing Remora Gush, and I had a Remora in play, and I had mana, and I had the choice between playing Ancient Grudge on his Rune Chanter's Pike or Tarmogoyf. And being a not standard player anymore, I had no idea what Rune Chanter's Pike did. I didn't realize it gave first strike. I stopped reading after I read that it gained +1/+0 for each spell. And so I played Goyf, and he attacked into me, killed my Goyf, then played
Yeah.
then played Noxious Revival on Time Walk. Then he Snapcastered Noxious Revival to put Time Walk on top of his library. Then he Snapcastered Time Walk and killed me through Remora.
I had a Bob out. I had a Bob and a Piker out, yeah, and at the start of that, yeah.
Yeah, you just destroyed me.
So
So when I ended up playing Oath that year at Champs, I played Noxious Revival with Temporal Mastery, and it was amazing. I think that's the combo that needs to come back. So I don't like the lack of strip here. Now we're open to a lot of. Oh, we had the mana. Okay, no, we're fine. I would have played
no,
Ravager,
he's
but I don't
fine.
mind the Pain Orb.
You can play both
Uh,
of them.
he landed Witchbane Orb while
I I like what Keith did. Yeah, I don't want to play the clock yet. I just get the Witchbane
well, he
down.
also he made sure that Gottshall couldn't counter it. He was completely under the sphere.
Yeah.
So Witchbane Orb was guaranteed to resolve. So his line was tight. Um,
I mean, Matt already tapped down for the needle. Yeah, he was completely tapped out.
right. So he made sure he landed his threat when he could.
Yeah.
I would play Lodestone here. We could play Ravager and Jit.
I mean, you played
Hold on.
around the force the turn before, so you
Like
you you might want to play around the force again this turn. So you can play the
I like cast Umazawa's Jit and equip to Revoker. I like
yeah.
that.
I like that line.
No, that's not what he's doing.
He's gonna play the lodestone.
Uh, yep.
I mean, this is more vulnerable to force. Yeah.
What is?
It's not. He's just getting back a land.
That's a terrible play. I mean, I guess he needs a land to go
So I mean,
somewhere.
it's not a terrible play. He can't do anything.
But so like the cavern does nothing for him. He needs a blue source, right?
Well, he needs lots of lands right now.
Right, but
There's a lodestone and a spear,
the cavern does nothing.
but he's never gonna get another chance to do that. To Noxious Revival it.
No, if he draws his blue source, like there's no way it could ever matter that he draws cavern if he doesn't hit a blue source. It's like if you're trying to draw a land, you don't fetch first. You're
Well,
just
instead of
reducing your chances of doing it.
yeah,
Like because he's going to be under two spheres, he needs to draw. He needs to find two lands to cast or three lands to cast Hercules.
yeah, but he just needs lands in general. He doesn't. It doesn't matter if it's necessarily blue at this point. Like it doesn't even. He still needs to get. I mean, Hercules doesn't even work. First of all, so I mean,
oh Witchbane Orb. Yeah, this game's just
yeah,
over.
this game is well over. But I mean, you need to hit lands. I mean, to do anything at all. You're under two spheres right now.
So when Matt Gottshall plays Sean, he's going to get blown up by Blood Moons. I think they play this trimester. He
I
has so
don't.
many
I mean,
basics.
Matt's gonna have a rough time. I think this deck is. It's
I mean,
cute.
he
It's a
put
cute
together
deck. It's
he
a
put
lot of
together,
cards.
like 4 decks and put all the win conditions in and forgot all the setup. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, there's no control cards.
Right.
Is he even playing Force of Will?
He's got to be playing Force of Will.
I just realized he's not playing Force of Will, actually.
Really? That's impressive. We're gonna play an all-in combo deck full of blue cards and not play protection.
He's
I
not
like
even-
it. I like it. I like it. Hey, he won a game. He won a
He
game.
won a singular game against Workshops.
That's impressive that he got a game with no forces.
How is he not playing?
I mean, he had to have Academy triple mocks to win that game.
I'm like, it's like it was kind of getting to me. I was like, how does he have all these win cons in his deck? This doesn't make any sense. Like I know, I understand he cut some protection, but he got all of the protection. There's nothing in here. There's no way of stopping your opponent.
Plan B distracts from Plan A. Just all Plan A.
There's what Plan A? These are like 10 Plan A's.
I think Plan A was to lose with style. Oh. I mean, it could be worse. He could have played the Dark Petition's Oath of Druid deck, right? That would have been great.
Oh god, that deck is awful.
I mean, so what he did was he took the Burning Oath deck and made it more inconsistent. I like
The
it.
only deck that's worse is the Land Grant.
Now, Land Grant Belcher is much stronger than the Dark Petition Oath deck.
Oh man, the Land Grant Land Grant Belcher is pretty bad.
It's not bad.
Or,
It's just
or
it's
the
a
or the Baldufian Spy fastest deck ever.
okay, that deck is terrible. The
It's not
Uzdal
even.
deck is-
It's if you use the mean or the median time, it is the slowest deck ever actually. And so you need to use the only way it's the fastest deck is if you use like the maximum. Like I don't what under what descriptive statistic I'm curious to would it be called the
versus
fastest?
Goldfish only versus Goldfish.
No, but the median it would had a higher than 50% fizzle rate. So the median was infinite.
I
You'd
thought it was-
fizzle and you would just sit there.
I thought it was faster. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, I'm hopping into
There's
Matt.
it was fast, but there was a fizzle. The fizzle rate was ridiculous.
I thought versus Goldfish it was better.
It was maybe 50% against a goldfish.
What was Matt? I have to go check what Matt's password was.
I don't know. I don't know why
Brian
he
concurs with
password.
me, but I lost what Brian concurred with me about.